for all the comedians you've seen. There's two Alexes, G Smokes, and Tanya. And not just the comedians you've seen tonight, give it up for all the comedians you've seen in your entire life. There's Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, Paul Poundstone, come on, Stephen Wright, Louis C.K., come on, give it up for all these people, come on. Seinfeld, George Lopez had a show for a while. Hey, give it up for God, probably the best comedian of them all. That guy's hilarious. You know, philosophers like to ask the question, can God make a rock so heavy that even he himself can't lift it, right? I like to ask the question, can God write a joke so subtle that even he himself can't understand it? Then I realize that that's what life is, you guys. Life's a joke we don't get. Similar to this joke for some of you. Hey, speaking of God, give it up for Lent. Lent, everybody. Once a year. It's good for the body, it's good for the brain, and it's good for the soul, which of course does not exist. So psyched to be down here in LA. I live in a place called San Francisco. I don't know if you guys know that. It's a city. Thanks. I didn't grow up there. I grew up in a small suburb of Boston called New Hampshire. When I was out there, I was like white trash, but now I live in San Francisco, so more like white recycling. I get the cage-free tomatoes and stuff like that, because I care. I'm a good person. I used to be white compost, but I've been downgraded since then. And people always say, hey, Natasha, why'd you move all the way from New Hampshire to San Francisco? And I always say it was because I needed a change. That joke's a lot funnier when you keep in mind that I used to be a guy. Thank you. Or at the very least, you get how that works as a joke. So this is the part of the evening where a room full of strangers is staring intently at my crotch. Enjoying that feeling, just kind of stretch it out a little bit. Feels good. Yeah, so I used to be a guy, and then I got better. Thanks. Thank you. You didn't clap. It was a lot of work. I apologize to the ladies for insulting you a little by pandering. Whatever. So you could say in a case of penis envy. Right? That's a joke. That works, right? You get that, right? So the word in English is transsexual. I'm a transsexual person. You guys know that. I don't know if you guys know. It's different in other languages. Like in Italian, it's a transsexuale. And then in French, it's more like a transsexual. Right? And then in German, it's mom. So different all around the world. But I'm from San Francisco. I don't know if you guys, in San Francisco, there's like crazy trannies everywhere, right? Like there's a lot of us. Like you can't throw a handful of glitter about that hit a transsexual in the eyes. In San Francisco. Which is, I don't know, it's actually the best way to deal with a transsexual. If one's following you home late at night, you should get your glitter out and just your eyes just like that. And when you do, you want to get your back leg up nice and straight, just like that. Because you pay all that money for yoga, and what else are you going to do with it, right? What else can do? It's not even a sport. It's just 90 minutes of a hippie yelling at you. You paid for. You paid to have a hippie yell at you. And namaste. But, yeah, people find the fact that I'm a transsexual is like super interesting, especially people I've just had sex with. So, yes. I love that joke because like 99% of the room's always on board, but there's always like one guy who's like, that is not funny. I don't like no penises, that's not funny. You guys have any questions so far? That's nice. I feel like I leave people at square one with the transsexual thing. I look good tonight. Yeah, thanks. Thank you. Thanks. Why not? I get extra points for being a tranny because I have to work that much harder against nature to look as good as I do. I get like a +2. You know, like the way D&D works. A lot of people think it was just boys playing D&D. There was girls there. We were just still boys at the time. But you look at me like, you know, she's okay looking, I guess. Oh, she used to be a guy? Not bad for a tranny. I want to get that on a t-shirt, not bad for a tranny, right? Sell them after the show. Because they look good on you if you are transsexual, even better if you're not transsexual. Because the one thing that beats irony, it's iron on irony. Guys, they say that tragedy plus time equals comedy, right? And the opposite is true. Comedy minus time is a little bit of a tragedy. Which is my way of saying my set is coming to a close. Before I go, I gotta tell you, there's many things to hate about being transsexual, as you might guess, but one of the most annoying things is that when people find out about you, they want to let you know about other people they hung out with that are also transsexuals, you know? They'll be like, oh, Natasha, last night was off the hook, Natasha. There was a transsexual doing lines of cocaine off a piano in a bar. It was nuts, you should have been there, it was crazy. I was like, dude, I'm a tranny, I know a lot of other trannies, a lot of us are gamblers, prostitutes, hardcore drug abusers, you know, pretty cool people. So for me, when I hear trannies doing lots of cocaine on the piano in a bar, it's maybe like you hearing Bob from accounting farted during a meeting. Yeah, it's inappropriate. Probably should have waited for a bathroom break. But Bob gets hella gassy when he does coke. See, Bob goes both ways. And that's a line about palindromes. And one more thought before I go. You might have noticed that last joke I said transsexuals, you know, prostitutes, hardcore drug abusers. You're like, yeah, I know about that. I watched Jerry Springer and CSI. But gambling, that's new to me. I didn't know that. Yeah, but it's true. A lot of transsexual women will try to date straight guys, and we don't tell them that we used to be guys ourselves. That's a pretty big fucking gamble.